Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another installment BrickWall Reviews, as we call it during the month of October, BrickWall Horror. I'm Dave, and I don't know, it's been a little dark around here lately. I don't know, something's been a little strange. I feel it's like ever since I touched this weird thing in my bag while I was moving, it's just like things haven't really been the same. Not really sure, but I'm back. That's the number one important thing. And I'm here to talk to you about a movie called Talk to Me. This is a horror movie that came out last year, I believe. Stars a whole bunch of people whose names I can't remember. You already know me. I'm not good at names. And it's about a group of teenagers or a group of young people. I'm going to say young people. I don't think they're necessarily teenagers. But they discover this artifact that they are able to use to talk to the dead, but things quickly and very lost my train of thought. But things soon go awry and get really, really crazy, especially with one character in particular. We'll get into that. Before we go any further, I want to remind you guys, go ahead, hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel. You're not already subscribed. Follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Wait, no, we're already on YouTube. TikTok. The TikTok's fairly new too. So if you guys are following us on TikTok, make sure you drop a like, drop a comment, and welcome to the YouTube channel. So talk to me. This movie was really interesting. So it kind of starts like with a little bit of a cold open where one character, they like lose their brother. He like freaks out, like ends up like killing himself or something like that. And so like the rest of the movie, you kind of, and I'm not really going to spoil anything, but you get like you see these characters. One girl, the main girl, she and I forgot all the characters' names. I'm not gonna hold you, but because I know how I am. But so all the the one girl, she like lost her mom and stuff like that. That's the main girl, and she has her best friend and stuff like that. And her little brother and stuff like that. So what happens that they end up going to like this party, and they kind of find out about this artifact, which is this hand. And if you touch the hand, you say, "Talk to me." And then like all of a sudden you start to like compulse or whatever, and then you say, "I'll let you in," and the spirit comes and takes over your body, but you're only supposed to let it happen for a certain amount of time before you have to stop it, or else she'll be permanently possessed and have to deal with the consequences of that. So at first, this movie, and it's kind of interesting how this movie has a lot of different themes to it as well. I noticed that I was watching it, like it has a theme of grief, obviously, with the girl losing her mother, but also with the kids, they kind of turn this hand thing into like some type of a game, like a party game or whatnot. So it kind of feeds off like viral sensations, and also gets into um like peer pressure and drug use and all types of stuff. Like there's like different themes of that going through the movie. Not that it's explicit, but you can kind of tell. So eventually what happens is the one girl, she ends up using it. Well, not her in particular, but the one little brother ends up using it. And when he does, he ends up, I'm not gonna tell you how, but he ends up holding on to the hand too long, and he gets like all messed up. And so what happens after that is that they pretty much have to figure out how they can save the boy's soul, because essentially he's trapped in like this underworld, being like tortured, like his soul is being tormented and tortured while he's being possessed, his body's being possessed by this demon and this monster. A lot of other things happen, but like I said, I'm not going to spoil everything for you. I do encourage you to watch this movie. It's available on Max now. But yeah, so like my initial thoughts of this movie when I was watching it, so I did think it was interesting. I did think that the premise alone was interesting. I thought the main character was stupid as shit, because I'm not gonna hold you. Y'all already, if y'all been long time viewers of the channel, hey, how you doing? I love y'all. Y'all know I don't fuck with the occult, okay? I don't fuck with that stuff because you only gotta let, like, if y'all saw last year's BrickWall, y'all already know. Like, you know what I'm saying? You let some things in, they'll never go. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just don't got time for that notion. Like, it spooks me. I don't like that. And if I'm at a party, like I don't even fuck with a Ouija board. So if I'm at a party and a whole bunch of people, and again, this is why I talk about the peer pressure, the theme of peer pressure in this movie is like, she kind of was seen as like an outcast and outsider because of how she reacted after her mom died. She kind of like isolated herself. She became kind of like a bit of an outcast in the groups. And what um what it is like, sometimes you want to fit in, you want to get back out there, you want people to know you, to respect you and stuff like that. So you start to fall into peer pressure. You start to fall into these things and start to do these things that you usually wouldn't do or that you shouldn't do to try to impress a crowd of people who just like 5 seconds ago was calling you all types of dumb names and calling you all types of bitch and all types of stuff. And that's what this girl is going through. But when she ends up doing what she does, which does affect a lot of different things in the plot, she's just basically trying to, how can I put this without spoiling it? She's trying to figure out how to save the brother, but also falling into the trap of grief. So this is where grief comes in. Grief as in she was so manipulated by that grief that she began to make decisions that were just off the wall, like that were harmful to everybody else. She's being clearly manipulated. I won't get too much into that, really, but again, it's a very interesting, very, very interesting. There's one part of this movie that made me crack up. I am going to spoil this part because it was funny as hell. I won't go into too many details, but there is a scene where, this girl get freaky. It was one of them ghosts was possessing this girl, or whatever the case may be. One of them ghosts was freaky. Freaky little ghost, she was 69. Little freaky ghost, she was 69. Hey, she's sucking toes. Yeah, that's right. There was some toe sucking in this movie. And let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. Okay, let me tell you something about that toe sucking. That shit was crazy. And she on them toes like that. I wonder what else she got to do. What that mouth do with pleasures. Okay, but let me stop. Okay, let me stop. Yeah, now I get some time. But it was like that part had me cracking up, but it was also very crazy when you see kind of like the reveal of that. The ending is pretty shocking. I did enjoy the ending. It was one of the better twist endings I've seen in horror movies thus far. I really thought this was a good movie. It's just, and I don't think a horror movie is good if you can't call the main character stupid. And I did call this main character stupid a lot. She was a dumb doo-doo head. Like, she was stupid as hell for some of the things she did, but I kind of get it. I kind of get it a little bit, like, because she was just trying to cope with something in a certain way. I won't spoil that, but again, she was being manipulated, and you kind of see that coming. It was very solid. Like, and like I said, just like the notion of them trying to figure out how to utilize this hand artifact. And then even at the ending, like it doesn't give you too much information on the hand. It doesn't really, like, the hand's not the villain. The villain, so to speak, is the spirits that come with the hand. Because again, these spirits, they want to find a body, they want to find a host. And if you let them stay, like I said earlier, if you let them stay in too long, you're fucked. You're screwed. And so it was very, 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 it was cool. Like I said, I mean, the things I liked about this movie, like I said, is just like the atmosphere it set, how, even though in a movie like this, you will want some type of explanation, it doesn't give you explanation, doesn't like hinge too hard on like trying to give you the lore of everything. It just gives you these characters, gives you this scenario, and it doesn't spell things out for you, but it makes it very simple for you to kind of get engaged into the story. Things I didn't like I said, I thought the main character was dumb, but again, given the story, given the circumstances, what would you expect, right? Let's see. This movie was actually very well received. I do know that some of my friends over at the Was a Good Though podcast had talked about this movie. They hyped it up. A couple other horror fans I know hyped it up. And honestly, I can say it was definitely worth the hype. Like this has a, I think it's in the high 80s. I don't have this information sitting directly in front of me, but I believe it was in the high 80s on Rotten Tomatoes. It is the highest grossing A24 movie to date. That is correct. Yes, the highest grossing A24 movie to date. Um, it's. I think they're making another movie actually, and the directors went on to make another movie that I'm considering talking about this year. But if you know that movie, you know. If not, you'll be surprised. Stay tuned. But yeah, I mean, that's really all I have to say really about this movie. Um, is it one of the ones that has me up at night, creeps me out and shit? No, not necessarily, but it is one of the ones that solidifies the fact that I will never mess with the occult. Um, but yeah, so well, not the occult, but spirits and shit like that. But overall, as a movie, my rating for this, I give it a solid 4 out of 5. I do. I give it 4 out of 5. I did enjoy it. It did give me the right amount of spooks and the right amount of like, just basic entertainment as a whole. It gave me the right amount of entertainment and everything, and I did enjoy it. As a horror movie, since it is BrickWall horror and it is the Halloween month, I give this movie as a horror movie, I would say I give it about 4.2 out of 5 stars. Yeah, I'll sit it a little higher on the horror scale than on it because it was a little spooky. It was a little crazy. Some of the, especially with dealing with ghosts and stuff like that. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. But that is, I believe, all I have to say about this movie. Have you watched Talk to Me? What are your thoughts? Let me know. If you haven't seen it, it is now streaming on Max. It was streaming on Netflix, which is why I watched it because surprise, surprise, I got a Netflix account now finally. But nah, it was streaming on Netflix for a little bit, but it's now it's streaming on Max, so you can watch it there, check it out. And let me know what you think in the comments down below. Did you like this movie? Did you think it was good? Was it worth the hype to you if you were hyped up preemptively? Or was this a dud and I'm looking at this the wrong way? Anyway, all in all, guys, thank you for tuning in. I know it's been a while since I've been here. It's BrickWall Horror, and I figured that would be the perfect time for me to come out of retirement. I thank everyone for the support. I thank you all for watching and viewing. Make sure you follow me on TikTok at BrickWall_live. I'm doing videos over there pretty frequently. I'm back over on Instagram with the mini reviews. I'm trying to keep up with that. I'm getting back in the game. I'm out of hiatus. I'm back, baby. I'm back. And next week I will be back again with another review for BrickWall Horror Month. But until then, y'all be easy, stay breezy, and I think I will figure out why it's so dark around here. That's kind of a nod to the end of the movie too. But yeah, BrickWall Horror is lit. It's going. So until next time, y'all be easy, stay breezy. Peace.